This is the Masking Handbook for Audiometry. This video involves the occlusion mechanism and masking compensation. To determine an initial masking level for the plateau method of masking, we have three components to consider. The initial masking level is constructed by using the hearing threshold level of the non-test ear, by compensating for any possible occlusion effects, and by introducing an active level of masking to the situation. The first two are compensation items. We're increasing the effective masking level to compensate for the hearing of the non-test ear. It seems reasonable that if we're going to mask an ear, it should rise at least to the level of the hearing threshold of that ear. We also may have to compensate for a possible occlusion effect, which can occur because we have some type of earphone device or headphone device in position on the non-test ear, which can alter or improve the bone conduction hearing of that ear. The third component is the active masking component. In this example, we'll use an AML of 10 dB. Let's take a look at the other two values. Here we have some unmasked bone conduction thresholds with the bone conductor placed on the right mastoid. If we place a set of TDH headphones on the same subject, the phones may create an occlusion effect. If we retest unmasked bone conduction thresholds with the headphones in position, we might get something like this. We see an improvement in the unmasked bone conduction thresholds at 500 and 1000 Hz. Anyone who completes unmasked bone conduction testing with ear or headphones in position is at risk of creating these artificially enhanced improvements in the bone conduction results when masking is not present. Here we have a mild hearing loss in the right ear with some unmasked bone conduction responses. We don't know which ear these bone conduction results are coming from, and we want to know what kind of hearing loss is happening in the right ear. So we'll need to mask. The left ear is our non-test ear. The ear will need to mask. It's slightly asymmetrical, but not enough to use the optimized method. We'll use the plateau method. Here is our formula for determining the initial masking level during the plateau method. We need to compensate for occlusion because we're using TDH phones to deliver the masking signal to the left ear. The non-test ear threshold at 500 Hz is 15 dB, so we will add that in. The occlusion effect at 500 Hz for TDH headphones will be 20 dB, so we'll add that in as well. Our initial masking level total will be 45 dB of narrowband noise masking to the left ear at that frequency. Let's see what this looks like. Here's the compensation for the non-test ear hearing level, 15 dB. Here's the 20 dB compensation for the occlusion effect. And here's 10 dB of active masking. The total amount of initial masking is therefore 45 dB. This is not the final step as we need to plateau, but it does illustrate how we create the initial level during this method. What is causing the occlusion? Bone conduction sound travels through the cranial bones. It's not all contained within the bony tissue, however. It emanates out from the bony tissues, including into the air enclosed by the ear canal. Sound pressure levels generated via this mechanism are normally free to project out of the ear canal, and they have negligible effect on the hearing mechanism itself. When we occlude the ear canal with a plug or earphone, however, the slug of air gets trapped within the now enclosed cavity of the external canal. Acoustic energy that emanates out from the bony structures that support the ear canal now create sound pressure levels within the slug of air that is trapped. This energy is then directed towards and into the middle ear. From this point, it has entered the auditory system proper. This will affect lower frequency signals more than high frequency signals. This is the occlusion effect. This is the Masking Handbook for Audiometry. If you liked this video, you'll love the handbook. For more resources on masking and to learn how to purchase the book, check out maskinghandbook.com.